Imagine stepping back in time, long before highways sliced through mountains and cities lit up the night sky. Picture Tennessee as it once was, a vast, untamed wilderness. Immense forests stretched farther than the eye could see, and powerful rivers flowed wild and unbridged. This was a land roamed by deer, bears, and wolves, where bustling towns now stand dense. Towering thickets of cane grew so thick they were nearly impassable. We can easily open a book and trace the history of England or France back thousands of years. But Tennessee's story, in written form, is much younger. It truly begins just a few centuries ago, with the arrival of European explorers and settlers. The people who lived here for generations before them, the Native Americans, passed down their history through spoken stories, not written words. Because of this, so much of their ancient past has faded into time, a great and silent history that we can now only glimpse. So, the written history of Tennessee starts about 350 years ago, recorded by the people who lived it. Compared to the ancient nations of the world, Tennessee is just a teenager. It's hard to believe. But less than 200 years ago, this land we call home was almost entirely wilderness. There are stories from people who remembered those early days. They could tell you about a time when Nashville was just a handful of log cabins huddled by the river, a time when Murfreesboro was so choked with cane that a cow could barely push its way through. Instead of following paved roads, early travelers navigated by blazed paths, following trails of hatchet marks cut into trees to find their way. Think about this. The very first white child born in Nashville, a man named Dr. Felix Robertson, lived all the way until 1864, seeing the birth of a city from a tiny outpost. There were women who remembered their fathers building the very first railroads, cutting through land that was pure wilderness just a few decades earlier. A man could travel all day and not see another living soul. Now, look around. Tennessee is humming with life, cities, towns, schools, and lights set. But the first settlers arrived to none of this. No roads, no bridges, no stores. They often had no coffee, no sugar, sometimes not even salt. Their lives were a constant struggle, but also a grand adventure. They built their own rough cabins, hunted for their food, and grew corn in small clearings they carved from the forest. They faced harsh winters, sickness, and conflict with native tribes defending their ancestral lands. Every single day was a test of their will to survive. This isn't just a story of dates and battles. It's a story about incredible courage, unwavering faith, and the sheer determination to build a future out of nothing. It's the story of the men and women who faced the wild, cleared the canebrakes, and laid the very foundation of the Tennessee we know and love today. Their legacy is all around us. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into Tennessee's past, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from history.